Good morning, friends. My name is Rahul Sharma. I am a student of National College of Ireland. Today, this video is on my research topic, which is effective approach of detection of phishing attacks using DBSCAN and naive-Bayes algorithm. So let's start with an introduction for what is phishing. Phishing is one of the biggest and effective crime in today's era. The social engineering attacks are online thefts which can lose in data or finance. Phishing is approach for revealing or theft the confidential data of the user with some financial value in return. The attacker can ask you this financial value either in a hard cash or some Bitcoin values. So this study focuses on presenting a linear classifier which is collaborated with a non-linear clustering algorithm. So we will discuss about both of them one by one in the first video. So let's start with clustering. What is clustering? Clustering is dividing the clusters or the dataset into the categories so that we can easily categorize them into different subsets. So here we have used DBSCAN clustering. DBSCAN clustering is density based special clustering of application with noise. So it's a non-linear clustering method which is very much effective when it comes to detection of phishing mails. How it works? As you see in the diagram, point A and other red points are core points. Core points mean they are interconnected with each other, and the area becomes surrounded with these points is a epsilon radius, which contains 4 least points. Here B and C are not core points, but they reaches A with interconnection of the red points. Therefore, they are also a part of cluster. And here N is a nose point. Nose point is neither a core point nor a connected point. So how DBSCAN works? DBSCAN works on the base of the two parameters, one is epsilon and another is minimum value. So if both of these are satisfied, then the subset will be a valid subset. So let's talk about naive-Bayes now. Naive-Bayes classifier is one of the most popular classifier which is used for detection of spam mails. It is based on the Bayes rule theorem, which says that a degree of occurrence or a degree of belief should change based on availability of relative evidence. So this conditional probability is stated as probability between conclusion and dependence of relation of evidence. So the formula given here gives the probability value which we have calculated using the subsets. So let's discuss why naive-Bayes classifier is so much effective. As you can see in the diagram here, if you compare naive-Bayes with all other classifiers, it has a good accuracy rate with a very good memory usage, almost of 0.01 MB, which is the least within the classifiers, and the runtime is the least and the best when compared to all the classifiers. Within 1 minute it gives you the probability, so that will make your performance better and the output time would be the less. So in the diagram you can see the naive-Bayes have a good algorithm rank when compared to all other classifiers. So let's check what's the proposed architecture for this collaboration of two clusterings and classifiers. So first the data is entered into a training data set, and the data set is converted into feature extraction. Based on the feature of the data set, we will extract the data and then enter into DBSCAN. Here DBSCAN will label the clusters based on the input. The input will be given to the DBSCAN and a local DBSCAN will be done. A local DBSCAN will check for the two values epsilon and minimum points available in the cluster. If these two parameters are satisfied, then the data is temporarily labeled as a valid cluster or a non-valid cluster. If it is a valid cluster, the data would be transferred to naive-Bayes and it will show that it's a valid cluster, and that valid cluster will be calculated using the Bayes theorem, and then it will give the value. Either the value will be nearest to the input, then it would be a phishing mail. If not, then a normal mail. So let's say the flowchart same as the proposed system. The dataset will be extracted based on the feature, then the clustering of data is done on the parameters, then a local DBSCAN based on the parameters. If it is valid, then it will go to a temporary label, or else it will again go back to the clustering database. Based on this analysis, it is detecting a spam mail or a normal mail. The implementation of these two algorithms is important because it gives better outcome when compared to previously proposed systems. So what are the outcomes? The outcomes here are the percentage of detection of the spam mails is better than previously proposed systems. The clusters which we are getting are much more dense because we are using density based algorithm, and naive Bayes algorithm gives us the probability. So the probability value should be nearest to the input so that we get more and more accuracy percentage for. So the conclusion here would be the result this particular research would be better in securing the data or the data over net, securing mails and overcoming phishing mails. So this is the research topic for the research. Thank you. Thank you guys.